his sweetness and his vulnerability and his heart shows through, and that is something that allows you to be a character that can take on those type of things, to have these different faults and different traits that people just relate to.
What's up, everyone? Tania here with PopCulture.com, and I'm really excited to welcome actor, comedian, and writer Ron Funches for the live virtual table reading of the holiday classic, It's a Wonderful Life. Ron, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Tania, in your beautiful environment.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I keep it cozy. It's nice. So we are winding down and heading into the holiday season, and that's why we're talking today. So how have you been this past year?
Oh, it's been a nice rebound, really. Going a year from everything being so up in the air and scary. I think that'd be the great word to use, just scared of the previous year. And this year it's been nice to get back refocused on things that I love, been able to do more stand-up comedy, able to travel with my wife and celebrate our anniversary, which we didn't know we were going to be able to do. And I had a pro wrestling match this year. So I've been having a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I know we're going back into normalcy a little bit with all the vaccines going around. So I think it's good that we're all getting healthy and we're taking care of each other, looking out for one another. And so that's so important. I do want to talk to you about the It's a Wonderful Life virtual table reading. I am so excited. I am one of the biggest fans of this movie. I love that you guys are doing the virtual table reading to benefit the Ed Asner Family Center on December 5th. So what made you want to be a part of this awesome event?
Well, I mean, what made me want to be involved is the simple fact that I was asked. It's such a beautiful, I've been a fan of Ed Asner since as long as I can remember. And once I moved out to Los Angeles and got more involved in the community, it's been nice to be involved with the center. I've done their poker nights a few years in a row. And I had met Ed on occasion and said hello to him. And when his unfortunate passing, I'm always looking for a chance to honor him. When they reached out to me about this, and they mentioned to me that how Ed enjoyed my work and things of that nature, which I didn't even know if it was true. I didn't even know if they were telling me the truth. I was like, whatever you saying. I don't even know if you knew who I was. But then when you see the whole cast and it's a who's who of names, like, oh, they could have got anyone they wanted. And I just feel very honored and very excited to be a part of it, especially for such a good cause.
Yeah. We don't know so much about the roles aside from Jason playing Jimmy Stewart's George Bailey. And we have Kathy Bates as Ma Bailey and his real life uncle, George Wendt, as Uncle Billy. So what can you tell us about your role? Like, who are you playing?
I don't know. They haven't told me yet.
I haven't told you. Do you have any aspirations of who you want to be portraying in the table reading?
Tanya, I'm gonna tell you the absolute truth. I haven't seen this movie.
You have not seen It's Wonderful.
No, is it going to be I will by the time we do the table read, but that was one of the things that made me want to do it. It was like, I know it's a classic, I know it's a wonderful film, but it's before my time. I'm not a big older Christmas movie watcher. So I'm going to go back and watch it with my family over the Thanksgiving holiday to prepare. And I think it's going to be a very fun experience for me. But to be honest with you, all they said was, we want you to do this thing for the Ed Asner Family Center. And it was a quick yes for me.
Mm-hmm. So obviously you haven't seen it, but I'm sure you can understand when something is loved by so many people over the years. So this movie has meant something to people forever, and I want to know, obviously you don't have a personal connection now, but what's it like looking at the reception of people who are still embracing this movie like as many years later?
It's beautiful. I completely understand that, because I think especially with a lot of films, but especially Christmas films, we tie them to our childhood memories. We tie them to very special and wonderful moments in our lives when we get to open gifts and have fun and be so carefree. And I think to the response has been amazing for people. The fact that people were like, forget the table read, just make it. That's such a beautiful big response. And I'm very excited. I know I would feel the same way if they did I'm Elf. I'm an Elf guy myself. So if they redid Elf, I'd be all about it.
Mm-hmm. So have you got to meet any of the cast members? Have you known them before? Is it your first time meeting some of them as well?
I met Rosario Dawson once or twice, but everyone else, I believe, is going to be a new meeting for me. And again, I just feel, in some ways, I'm just like, do I even belong in this big group of wonderful people? But as my therapist would say, I do belong, or I wouldn't be there. So I'm just excited to be a part of it. It's something you can't take away from me. It's going to be a big memory for me for the rest of my life.
And you haven't seen the movie, but I'm wondering now, this role is so sacrilegious, and there's other movies that are, of course, as sacrilegious too. So what do you think makes Jason this perfect George Bailey that people relate to, they resonate with, they love so much?
He's an everyman. He's one of the just best everyman actors you're going. You see yourself in him no matter kind of who you are. He just, his sweetness and his vulnerability and his heart shows through, and that is something that allows you to be a character that can take on those type of things, to have these different faults and different traits that people just relate to. And so Jason's just amazing. So it's not hard for me to see it. Of course, people look at me, go, I love that guy, I want to hang out with that guy.
Yeah. And I'm wondering, what do you think makes a Christmas movie so good? Like, what are the ingredients? Like, what do you think would be a great recipe for a Christmas movie?
Oh, okay. Absolutely. Of course, it's got to be set in Christmas time. I don't want a Christmas movie set in another time. It has to have I love good music involved in a good Christmas movie. I think you want a little bit of a story. I want a turkey dinner and ham to be portrayed. And if I have my way, Muppets are going to be involved for sure.
Yeah. It's always a good time when it's with Muppets. So with the event benefiting the Ed Asner Family Center, which promotes mental health and enrichment programs, what do you want viewers to take away from the virtual table read this season?
Well, first of all, I want to take with such a good cause it is. And if the money that they're in is going towards it, but if they want to research it and either donate towards that foundation, or see if some of the things that they provide could be useful for them, just to bring more awareness to this. As my son, who's special needs as well, who has diagnosed with autism at a young age, it's a big reason why I just love working with this foundation. But overall, I think it's a time where we've just had a rough year and a half. So sit back and just enjoy the time that we get to, thanks to these vaccines, thanks to this time passing, thanks to luck and prayer and wonderful things, that we're able to spend time with our family this Christmas, which wasn't the same for most of us last year. I know I didn't see my family last year, but the fact that I'm going to be able to see them this year, and you can sit and watch Christmas movie, gets back to some type of normalcy. And that's really all I want them to take away, just fun and lightfulness and having a good time.
So you have a favorite Christmas movie. You said Elf is one of them, but aside from Elf, do you have any other favorites that fans should be tuning in if they love you so much? So what should they be watching?
Of course, again, the Muppet one. I love that one. That's one of my favorites. And then see what else is. Oh, of course. What's the one with the BB gun and the
Christmas Story.
Yes, I love A Christmas Story with the leg lamp.
Right.
That's the one. That is the one I grew up on. Christmas Story.
I don't know if you've ever been to Cleveland, Ohio, but they have a Christmas Story house there. I've been outside it. It's cute, and in the window you can see the leg, the lamp.
That's awesome.
It's so cute. But Ron, I'm having so much fun talking to you, but about the table read. But I have to ask before I let you go. Harley Quinn returns in 2022, and I know these things are very top secret. But we did see the sneak peek at DC Fandom, and I'm wondering, what can you tease us about season 3?
I'll tell you the whole plot from the beginning. Here we go.
Okay, I'm writing it all down.
Scene episode. Well, we can just the continuation of the relationship between Harley and Ivy, I think, is what we're going to see a lot of. It's just, I think people really fell in love with it, and the fact, them getting together and near the end of the season is a beautiful thing, and just watching them grow together as a relationship, I think, is what you're going to see a lot in the next season. And then me also killing people and biting them in half as a murderous shark man.
Right, of course. What's the most enjoyable part about being King Shark?
Yelling.
Yeah.
I
It's a
like
lot
to
of fun.
yell and getting the aggression out.
Mhm.
It's fun to just yell at people and just yell that you're gonna murder people in a little booth. It's fun.
Yeah, I'm sure. It sounds like it. Well, Ron, thank you so much for your time today. The It's a Wonderful Life virtual table read takes place on December 5th. To get your tickets and more, stay tuned to the latest from popculture.com.